I have Little Red.
Oh.
This is a game rooster. He's full grown. He's a nice little rooster. He's one that we're end up keeping. All right. What I wanted to do with Little Red is kind of show you what's going on with. You have a lot of people that are animal activists, and they're all for the dogs and the cats and the rights of animals. Well, people forget about chickens, especially the little game chickens.
Poor little game chicken.
All right, let me explain what's going on with the poor little game chickens. When you have these as barnyard chickens, with the comb the way it is right here and the wattles,
Yeah.
are just like they are right here. If they're a pet, they're whole. During chicken shows, poultry shows. Now this is the only type besides the modern game, which is also a game chicken, and the full-size game chickens. They dub these.
What's that mean, dear?
Now dubbing is they cut the comb. They cut the comb. Oh, don't get it. You're scaring him with that. Back up a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
They cut the comb right around here so that it's just a short little piece of skin, and then they cut these wattles off.
Aww.
And they use scissors or a set of nippers, and they just cut it right off, right tight to the head, and it bleeds, and they got to put a powder on there to stop the bleeding in that. And this is what they do for show birds. Now, why they do it, I think it makes them look uglier when they have the comb. I like the little points on the combs. I think that's very interesting, very nice and cute. And the wattles underneath, that determines a rooster and a hen. A hen has hardly any wattles. They have a little tiny one. But the roosters have a nice little wattle underneath.
Aww.
But they take the comb and cut it right off tight to the head. And, you know, I think it doesn't do them justice. And people talk about dog fighting or cat fighting, or they don't like you to declaw the behind claws on a cat, or they cut the ears on a boxer and other kinds of dogs and cut the tail off. That's no different than this. When they cut the comb and the wattles off these poor little chickens, it's actually very cruel and demeaning to the chicken. I mean, how would you like to have your comb and it would be like cutting your earlobes right off and just letting them bleed and put a powder on there to stop the bleeding. I'm not for it. As far as my game chickens, they will continue to have their comb. Now, one or two of these little points might freeze in the winter and turn black because of the getting frostbite or something, but if you've got a nice warm barn, you don't have that problem.
We haven't had any chickens get frostbite in the head.
When we bought Mick,
yeah, he did.
His were all frostbitten when we bought him.
When we brought him home, yeah, he was in trouble.
They turn black and they fall off, but they don't bleed from it. When you take a scissors and just cut that comb off like that, then it bleeds all over. And, you know, loss of blood is a loss of blood, whether it's a little chicken or whether it's you. I mean, it weakens you to lose a lot of blood. That's why they give transfusions in the hospital. But that's just my rant on showing game birds. But you can see he's a nice little red game bird.
And with that, what's today?
Today is add new subscribers with Clay and Ruthie Friday.
And here's how it goes. Everyone that comments on this video, please subscribe to their channel. You can write whatever you want. You can say, come over and check out my channel, or check out your Facebook and all that stuff. And please do friend us on Facebook. We have a new Facebook, which is Ruthie, and it's facebook.com Ruthie and Clay Popel. Our last name is spelled P-O-P-L-E.
Well, they see that with the Popel Backyard Farm.
Right, right. And of course, you know, We have a blog too, but we, popelbackyardfarm.blogspot.com. Twitter is
But the last name is Popel with no S.
right. The last name is, I'm sorry, my Twitter account is @R47R. And so, please subscribe to everyone that comments on this video. Good way to get more subscribers. And, always feel free to go back and check the other ones that are up, that we put up, to gain subscribers there. Because obviously they commented because they were looking for more subscribers. So these are our chickens. And if you're new to our channel, Clay and I live on a little backyard farm. He has a full-time job. I have a full-time job in PR. He has a full-time job in
I drive forklift.
And we have a little farm. So we try to keep ourselves busy. Oh, look we have a rooster fight over there. See that? It's fighting for who's the boss. Clay's filling up the water. They're still fighting. Now the rooster fight won't last long if you're new to our channel.
It's a way of showing their dominance.
They have a
pecking order.
It's like the wolves. They have an alpha and omega.
And those are all, one's a golden duckling and one's a silver duckling.
They were looking out to see who was going to be the boss. These guys are out chowing down. We hear things are supposed to be getting cooler too.
Next week's supposed to be in the 70s.
So that'll be some good sleeping weather.
Be some good working weather too.
Yeah.
So hard to work when it's so hot. It just zaps your strength.
I was canning and dehydrating, and oh my goodness, it was so hot.
And Sunday we want to mow and
mow this.
Go through the beehives again.
Yes, we got to get back into our beehives to check on them. We gave them a little bit of a break. We're talking about who is going to stay on our farm and who is leaving, wintering the critters. So that's been a hot discussion at our house. So
yeah, we can't keep all these animals through the winter.
Yeah, well, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do. We go through this every year. Most farmers do. Who stays, who goes.
We thin them out, and then during the summer they all populate back up.
That's right. So, and then we think we're gonna let go of the quail for sure, just because.
Just for the winter.
Just for the winter. We may end up doing quail again, but last year we had some robberies going on with them, but this year we hardly have enough to really feel like we want to incubate and go through the winter. So someone that has a bigger flock may do better with them. They might have more warmth through the winter.
Either that or eat some of them.
Well, we could eat them too, that's true. Look at this grass. I think it's time to mow, and now Clay will save all this grass and feed it to the critters.
The chickens will get it all.
We hardly had any rain, and all of a sudden it rained a few times. It was like crazy.
I've had more people say, when are you going to mow your lawn? When are you going to mow your lawn? I'm going to mow my lawn and my chickens can enjoy it.
We live in the country. Live and let live.
Well, if you're on a backyard farm, you recycle everything.
Yeah, it's just...
That looks like a mulberry tree.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that would be something.
Maybe I'll mow around that. I'll have to match them leaves up, but that looks almost like a mulberry. Must be some of the wild birds had some in their mouth and dropped one.
Well, they certainly had enough strawberries this year. They didn't leave us one strawberry.
That'd be a nice spot for a mulberry right there where the
yeah,
old stump
actually
was.
you should put the new mulberries over there.
No, if I'll just grow the ones that are there already.
I hope it's a mulberry.
Well, I'll check it out.
We don't want to be eating something and surprise.
I don't want to see it if it's got a mulberry.
Right. Okay, guys. Like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. And we're going to go in the house and watch YouTube. Bye-bye.